and some complaints from some mining companies who believe that it's a wholesale clampdown by government and their business is being affected. This conversation is live on social media. You can join the stream. Metro News, also Metro TV Ghana on Facebook. On Twitter, it's Metro TV GH, and there's also Metro TV Ghana on YouTube. So you can join the stream. You can also send your messages, and a number will be displayed on the screen for WhatsApp, where you can send your WhatsApp messages. We'll be having two conversations, one on health and one on the mining sector. Stay with us. Let's take a quick break and we'll be back.
We are one man short. Should we invite him? Yes. It be old cargo. Can I join you guys? Yeah.
Always drink fresh, natural mix, mineral water.
Still got it. Always keep hydrated naturally. That's my secret.
Manufactured with the primary aim of preserving nature's finest minerals necessary for a healthy mind and body. X Natural Mineral Water. Simply natural.
Lawful wedded wife to having to hold from this day forward? I do.
I knew it.
How much drama can you enjoy? See it feely with HD Plus. Get the best companion for your HD TV with HD Plus. Dial *879# to activate and enjoy the first 2 months for free.
Welcome back. So today, the Ghana Health Service is beginning the second dose of the COVID-19 jabs. And we'll touch base with some of our reporters on the ground. Right now, we just want to go back to what the Ghana Health Service said concerning the jabs. For those who took the first one, this time is the second one. All the information you need to know in this report. And then we'll come back and have a conversation with our guest, who I will introduce right after.
Already, persons who are due for the second dose of the COVID-19 vaccines have begun receiving text messages. 360,000 persons are expected to take the injections during the period, while the government moves to procure more doses from the COVAX facility for the rest of the population. This time around, the vaccination cards come with enhanced features.
We have also made a revision on our cards. When you go to the site, first you have to go to, we're advocating that you go to where you receive your first dose. Go there with your card. Your card will be reviewed to look at the date you will receive your vaccination, and then it will be replaced. It will be replaced because we have had some change, more enhanced features for the card that we received. Then if you look on the right, there's, please let's go back. There is the QR code. Anytime you enter, there's a number that is written at the back of your card. That's what the generated ID number for you, unique ID number for you. Once it's there and you take your smartphone to scan, it will ask you for your ID number. Once you enter, your total, all your information will appear on the phone. And this is so that whether you're at the airport or so, and anybody wants to validate that you are really been vaccinated, your name, you can then so you're able to pull out your results immediately. And you can also check for yourself to see if you want further information. And when you go and you feel that there are any errors in the initial entry, it's an opportunity for them to also correct that for you. Already we have people are carrying in other parts of the world carrying fake vaccination cards, that they are fully vaccinated when they are not. And so as soon as you receive your second dose, a hologram will be pasted on the card that we're going to give to you. That shows that you are fully vaccinated. And so that's where you see the hologram down there. That is not in the first one. And so these are the new features that have been...
Individuals are encouraged to visit the centers where they initially got vaccinated to get a second jab. If that proves impossible, any center where the exercise is ongoing can be visited once the individual is eligible.
Be that as may, what we have done is that at that time, a lot of information, data had to be taken. This is the very first time we are doing vaccination that requires so much data to be taken. And of course, in any system, once you start using tablets, over time you get faster, like you saw towards the end, or when we were going to the last 315, the people have been used to the system and they were able to look at that. Of course, it started with a few teething problems with synchronization. That has all been done. So, but fortunately, for this one, you only pull out your data which is already entered, and then they enter your second dose. That's all. So really, the data requirement is not going to be as high as if you are going for your first dose.
The health director, however, cautioned Ghanaians against letting their guard down and still adhere to the safety protocols.
The second jab, well, it may give you protection, but doesn't protect everybody. Let me explain to you. For example, the one with the highest efficacy vaccine is about 94%, which means that 6% of those who have had that vaccine can still be infected. I mean, the probability that they can be infected. Now, you have three benefits. Being infected, you are protected from being infected, but it's not 100%. Hospitalization, getting sick and being admitted, you are protected. Some of them as high as 80 to 90%. And then the third event is death from the vaccine. Now, as long as not enough people are vaccinated, the 6% of the people who are vaccinated who may have the virus may transmit to somebody who is not vaccinated, and so as still a significant number of population are vaccinated, so that the chance of you multiplying the virus within you and you transmitting to somebody who is vulnerable is there. You all have to continue wearing masks.
Yes, so that report was put together by Eugenia. In there was Dr. Patrick Kumar-Boaji, the Director General of the Ghana Health Service. We'll be later joined by him, possibly, because we know that today we'll be very busy, but as well we'll be having Dr. Peter Kwashi. He's a Senior Research Fellow at the West Africa Center for Cell and Biology Infectious Pathogens, if I have that right. That's WACPIP. We'll also be joined by Dr. Michael Owusu. He's with the Kumasi Center for Collaborative Research, KCCR. Right now, though, we'll be touching base with Eugenia Kumi, my colleague from the Greater Accra Regional Hospital. Eugenia, good afternoon. What can you tell us?
Right, Francisca. I'm currently here at the Greater Accra Regional Hospital, where the vaccination exercise is ongoing. As you can see, there are people seated outside waiting for their turn to take the vaccine. But we got here just a few minutes ago, and you can see that a number of people have been, some of them are already inside taking the injections, but this group of people are waiting patiently for their turn. I've been told that so far about 210 people, this is a few minutes after 2 p.m., to about 210 people have so far been vaccinated. And so right here at the Greater Accra Regional Hospital, earlier we were told that
okay, Eugenia, so try and reposition yourself and then we can reconnect with you. But Eugenia is reporting from the Greater Accra Regional Hospital. She's been telling us that just after 2 p.m., that's a few minutes, about 10 minutes ago, a little over 200 people have received their jabs. But it is important to note that this second phase of it is for those who received the first jabs. That was between 1st to 9th of March. The one that came in February, I think 20-something February. And so once you've taken the first one, you have to go and take this one. We'll also try and get to connect with Kumasi just to find out the situation. We heard earlier in some reports that there were delays and people had been sitting in queues waiting for the jab. Can we go back to Eugenia? Okay. It appears we've lost Eugenia, so we'll try and reconnect and go back to about side effects. They're looking at what it will mean, whether or not after getting the second jab, it will mean they can go out and, get close to people without wearing their nose mask. Really, what does it mean?
So once you have the second jab, the chance that you have antibodies has increased. So the first jab, there's already a number of people who develop antibodies and who have sustained antibodies against COVID, against the virus in their blood. Now, the second jab is just to ensure that the percentage of people that have those antibodies is increased and that you keep producing it. So it makes it...
So hypothetically, if 70% of the population or 70% plus are vaccinated, giving as you're saying it's not 100% efficacious drug, so what the margin of error is still significant, no?
Yes, I mean, I think when the Director General, I'm not sure if it was him who was presenting it, he talked about 94%. Now, that is the drugs which they are using in the U.S., the vaccine they are using in the U.S., the Pfizer and the Moderna. The one we are using here is about 66%. So our margin for error is quite large. That being said, we still don't know, maybe in the field is going to perform better. So we still have to make sure that we vaccinate as many people as possible. The challenge is that with the first dose, you had about 700 to 800.
Okay.
The second.
Okay, looks like we're having very bad connectivity today, but that's Dr. Peter Kwashi. He's a senior research fellow with WACPIP, and we've been engaging him on what this means, the second vaccine dose coming or being rolled out today. And so if you're going to take it, what it means in terms of our safety. And he's explaining that it doesn't mean that it's time to take off our nose masks, and get close to people, but it would mean that a significant number of the population, 70% plus, for instance, will have to also get vaccinated with a second dose before we can see some of these protocols being relaxed. It's interesting, but he also asked that the efficacy is not 100%. He says for Ghana it's about 66, if I heard him right, percent efficacious. That leaves a larger room for margin of error, and that's also significant meaning that we might have to keep our nose mask on perhaps for a longer time. We'll try and reconnect with him, and we have a few more questions for him because people want to know, for instance, those who are yet to take the first inoculation, they would want to know what this second one means for them. Let's go back to Eugenia, who was at, or who still is at, the Greater Accra Regional Hospital. Eugenia, let's try and reconnect. You were telling us about what, over 200 people being who have received the inoculation from where you are.
Right. So about 210 people, I'm told, have been vaccinated so far. Right. I'm outside the admission hall, and this is where I still have about 30 people, a lot more coming in to take their jab, but more people are inside. So what happens is that when you come here, you'll be giving a seat and you'll be giving a number, and so one by one they'll be called in to take their injection. So at the moment, we have one of the nurses who is in charge doing that. So gradually, one by one, she's calling those who have come here to take their injection to go in. We're not allowed to go in to do this at the moment, but let me try and engage those who are seated outside as to how long they've been here and what they make of the entire process, slow or not. So let me just try and engage one of the gentlemen here. Hello, sir. Good afternoon and welcome to Metro TV.
Good afternoon.
How are you feeling?
I'm feeling good.
How long have you been here?
We came here in the morning around 6 a.m. But initially,
you got here at 6 a.m.
Yeah, 6 a.m.
Okay.
Initially, the system was working well until we were told that it has been shut down for a while. That was how come the queue has doubled up. But I think at the moment now, it's moving a little bit. That's what I can say.
You go here at 6 a.m. It's 2 p.m. and you haven't still had your turn.
Yes.
And what have you been told as to the reason for the delay?
We were told the system has shut down.
Okay.
So that was how come the queue hasn't been moving. But I think it's moving now a little.
But at the time you got here, how many people were here?
People, I would say about 50 to 60 people.
About 50 to 60 people?
Yes.
You're sure about that? Yeah. About 50 to 60 people? Yeah. Not more than 200 people?
So what got me doubting was when we came for the first dose, they got all our initials. That was captured in the system. So I was still wondering how come the second dose, that all the initials has been captured already. So I was thinking the system should be faster for the second time because all the details have been captured already. So when when they take our details, it should have been faster than this one. But I had no reason why we were told that the system has gone down again. So to my opinion, if they can put things in place, I think it will work faster for everybody.
Okay. And did you take the first jab here?
No, the first one was held at the other side. I think
the other side?
The other block.
Okay, right here at the hospital?
Yes, right here at Richmond.
Okay. So you sent a text message to come back here to take it?
Yes.
Okay, all right. So I wish you all the best and while you wait for your turn. So this is one gentleman who says he has been here since 6 a.m. and he's yet to take his jab. But I have also been joined by another person who has actually gone through the process. So tell me how he feels. What differently has been done this time around? Because we are told that we have some enhanced features on the card. So he would tell us exactly how the process went for him. Well, welcome to Metro TV, sir.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay. Tell us your name and where you're coming from.
Yes, I'm Stephen.
Stephen, okay. Yes. You live around here?
Yes, I work around.
Okay. And did you take your first job here?
Yes, I did. I did too.
Okay. What time did you get here today?
Actually, in the morning, the process was slow because they were having issues with the network.
Okay.
But apparently, it has been solved. So the process is good.
Okay. So what time did you get here and what time did you get in to take your injection?
Myself, I got here around 10:30.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
They said I'm good now. Yes,
so when you went in, what was done differently from the first time?
I think nothing much. It's the same process. Only that, like I said earlier on, the issue was with the network. So now it has been resolved. So everything is okay.
So your data was captured again or not?
Oh, the same. That's the same.
Where's your card? Let me have a look at your card. Okay, so this is his card. He has just shown me his card. He's done with the vaccination. And so as you can see, in the first, well, anyways, he says he has a code, but you can see that the card this time around has a QR code. According to the Director General, this is an enhanced feature that has been placed on the card to ensure that we don't have fake cards in the system. And so we'll be engaging the nurse in charge shortly. Well, but right here, this is the situation.
Before you do that, Eugenia,
although they said that.
Yes, Eugenia, before you engage the nurse, have you yourself taken your second jab?
Franca, if I could hear you correctly, you're asking
I'm asking if you've taken your
second jab.
Yes.
Oh, not yet, Franca. I'm due to take mine on the 23rd of May of this month. That's on Sunday, so I haven't yet taken my jab, but I will do so. I'll do so.
Very well.
When are you taking yours?
Very soon. I have to check my phone. Well, but yeah, Eugenia putting me on the spot there. So Eugenia, let's try and get to whoever is running the place and also understand, what is causing the delay. As one of the persons there indicated. So while Eugenia is trying to do that, we'll see if we can reconnect with Dr. Kwashi. I don't know if we have him, but there's some information I would like to share on this. So it's important for us to know this particular inoculation is only for those who took the first one. This was between March 1 to 9, 1st to 9th of March. If you took the first jab at that time, then you have to go and take this. So there will be certain or a number of communications sent to you, a text message to let you know where to go. And from the Ghana Health Service, they're saying that you have to go to where you did the first one. Some people said that they got different communications as to where to go. They were communicated to go to another place. But it's important to go to where you did the very first one. Also, another interesting thing is those who said that they have misplaced their cards. I think the Ghana Health Service responded to that and said that if you've misplaced your card, go with any ID back to where you did the first one. They have your data and they will help you they'll find you and then you can do your jab from there. Okay, so we'll try and reconnect with Eugenia here in Accra. She speaks to the health authorities there. But we have on Zoom, or it's rather a phone conversation. Okay, so we have on the phone Dr. Roxanne Michael Ejay. He's the Deputy Director of Public Health. Okay, want to touch base with him on what's happening in the Ashanti region. Good afternoon to you, Doc, and thanks for joining us.
Good afternoon, and thank you.
Yes. So, Doc, we understand the second dose or the second chapter of the vaccination is underway. Some people have talked about delays in starting. Here in Accra, the Greater Accra Regional Hospital, our reporter said that's what it took about 2-3 hours for some people to start or get their inoculation. We know that in the Ashanti region, some people have been in queues for quite a bit of time. What can you tell us?
Yes, thank you very much, and speaking to your listeners. The challenge we are having is with the technology in terms of retrieving the data of the vaccinees from the app. And currently it's being worked on. Compared to the morning, things have become a bit easy, and vaccinations are ongoing.
So what's the problem with the technology? Is there a problem?
Yeah, the initial or the first dose that we gave, the app that we use is a bit different from what we are using for the second dose now. And sometimes people also give inaccurate information. So when they come back for the second dose and then you key in the identifier, it's not able to hook on to the information they give because there might be some issues in terms of accuracy with it. But we are surmounting that problem. The queues are not that huge.
With the information mix-up, for instance, some people are complaining that when the text messages they received were asking them to go elsewhere other than where they first first went. Can you resolve that? What do they do?
For Ashanti region, nothing of that sort has come to my notice.
Okay.
Because we circulated our infogram for the various districts, the vaccination centers that we have.
Okay.
So we admonished everyone to go to where they took the first dose. And we've not had any issue of people being directed to a different center. I guess that might be a mistake.
Okay. How many centers are we looking at in the Ashanti region?
Ashanti region, we have over 50 centers. You know, we are doing the vaccination in 16 districts. That's Greater Kumasi, including Obuasi. So we have a total of about 50 vaccination centers.
And how much time are you expecting to vaccinate the 153,000 thereabout people?
It must be done within a week. You know, if not for the challenges we've had with technology since morning, most of the centers would have done over 100 by now. But things have started easing up, as I said. So we believe from tomorrow, all these jam and hiccups will be a thing of the past.
Okay. Are you having cases where people who didn't take their jabs, the first jabs, are coming now for that?
Not that I've seen or heard, because I'm moving around and all the centers not have issues of people clamoring for first dose or persons around after their first dose. They're coming for the second dose.
Okay, let me confirm this with you so that for those who haven't or who are yet to take the first jab, the information from the Ghana Health Service is that they don't go and participate in this one and that they wait for that to be communicated later, correct?
Can you say it again? The line was a bit...
So I want to confirm this with you from the Ghana Health Service. Those who did not take part in the first inoculation, they are not supposed to go near this one. They are supposed to wait till a subsequent communication is given them.
Yes, you know, we have this total dose for persons vaccinated from 1st to 9th. So in Ashanti region, from 2nd to 9th.
Okay.
That is the number that we have received cancer-fied. So we are urging this group or persons within that date group to come for the vaccination.
Okay.
So that others who did beyond 9, that's 9 months for their first dose, we shall schedule them later on. But any further...
What's the communication from the health service?
Okay. I didn't hear right because the line was a bit cranky. But for now, since we started vaccinating, we've not had anybody down with any adverse event. Communication is clear. If you have any adverse event, you report to the nearest facility. The FDA has deployed various online applications and also Android applications that you can use to fill any complaints you have about the vaccine. Okay. But with information from the first dose we gave, Central Region, we recorded less than 200 adverse events out of over 250,000 doses given. And over 95% were non-serious or what we call mild.
Okay.
And we had about 3 serious adverse events. So we are expecting that things will not get worse in the second round. For some people, when they have their first adverse, they do not react to it. So we expect less than what we saw in the first dose. And let me also add that most of the adverse were due to anxiety. You know what has gone on in the media concerning the safety of the vaccine and whatnot. So it made people anxious and they reported a lot of adverse events. But looking at our data, moving forward with the vaccination, the first one, from the third day, those reporting started coming down. So we believe that...
A conversation,
Yes.
but it's good to have you back. I don't know, I can't remember where we dropped off, but if I may proceed to my next question about...
Okay.
No, I think, yes, we were talking about the efficacy. You said that there was around, what, 66%? And
60 to 72%.
72%.
Yeah, 66 to 72%.
So we're looking at 20-something 95% of what it not being efficacious.
Yes,
Should that be?
but
Should we be
interestingly,
concerned about that?
Interestingly, when they did the trials, they had some people who by mistake only got a small dose, so they got one dose, and in those people it was 94%.
Okay.
So we don't actually know what it's going to be like in Ghana. So there are some studies which will be tracking that and tracking the efficacy. So because at this point, I think it's best to assume that getting the vaccine is better than not getting the vaccine.
But should we be concerned about the variance for even if it's 1%?
Oh yes, we should be concerned about it. And I know that the vaccine producers, including AstraZeneca, are working on developing variant vaccines, if I may call it that, which will be tackle the variants better. But so far, the evidence suggests that it's not as if the vaccine will have zero efficacy against the variants. Most variants appear to still be the antibodies that the vaccine elicits seems to still be efficacious against most variants. It's just one or two that we have to worry about. And especially in Ghana, where already we seem to have some level of tolerance, I think at this point, you don't worry too much about what you can't control. The priority should be vaccination, and even in the presence of variants, as long as we vaccinate as much of the population as possible, we can sort of curb this spread.
I want us to talk about side effects. Should we expect them?
Yes, so I believe the literature and the reports are that with the second dose, the side effects can be a bit more pronounced.
Oh.
Of course, it differs from person to person. I personally did not have any side effects from my first dose. I have colleagues who had side effects, and I have one who has just gotten his second dose, and his side effects has started. So there will be side effects, but it will depend mostly on individual. And so far, the first inoculation is almost like we call it priming. And then the second one is where you really start to produce antibodies and immune cells on a large scale. So
not to worry so much about that. Let's take a break and try and fix the connectivity problems, and then we'll come back and continue the conversation.
Need a little help? Nobody does it better. At UCS Facility Management, we give you the best in janitorial services, which include high-rise window cleaning, office cleaning, post-construction cleaning, facade washing, deep cleaning, carpet cleaning, swimming pool cleaning, and event janitorial services. Locate us at Jowolu, JA Plant Pool premises, or call us on 0501-666-322 or 0203-299-212 or 0203-299-234. UCS, your property is under our care.
Hisense akane hu bio eye Hisense fridge promo. E 58th May, ekopim 8th June, eye Hisense fridge promo. For Hisense showroom bia. Ya tete so mamu say, who fridge that be how? Anasa we here fridge foforo. E ma opportunity we ensa ho da. Hisense fridge na efo, eche, eye papa, and chip power. E no so on the low. Hisense and amount 5 years manufacturer defect warranty. So Hisense fridge papay. Never grow Niama. Kai say, 18th May, I got him 8th June. Hisense fridge promo. Hisense, everyday prices for everyday people.
Coming soon to Metro TV.
Kids always say what they wanna.
Welcome back. Let's try and wrap up on the conversation concerning the second rollout of the vaccination. We'll go back to Eugenia, but we'll speak to her via phone. She's been speaking to the matron of the Greater Accra, or a matron at the Greater Accra Regional Hospital, where she earlier reported. Eugenia, hello. If you can hear us, tell us what the information you're receiving from the authorities there.
Right. So I just engaged one of the public health officials here at the Greater Accra Regional Hospital. She's coordinating affairs to ensure that everything is conducted in an orderly manner. So she indicated that at 6 a.m. she was here, and at that time only 10 people had showed up to get vaccinated. So around 9 a.m. the crowd was building up. More and more people started trooping in. They initially had challenges with the system, but it was worked on. Hello, Franca, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. So
right.
essentially, she's saying that people didn't come in good time.
Well, they started it around 9 a.m.
Okay.
But she was here at 6 a.m. So she said they started at 9 a.m. And according to her, the concern shared by one of the people who are here to get vaccinated that he was here at 6 a.m. is not true, because she was here at 6 a.m. And as of then, there were only 10 people here.
Okay.
And so
very well.
They have enough vaccines for the entire week. And so they will even do up to 8 a.m. So they'll be here till up to 8 a.m. Anybody who comes in and is eligible, they will get that person vaccinated. And so she assured me that they have enough doses.
Eugenia, take that again. Do you mean 8 p.m. or 8 a.m.?
8 p.m.
8
They'll be here
p.m.
till
Okay.
8 p.m.
Okay.
Yes, if need be.
Okay. Can you find out from her if she's receiving any complaints of side effects?
Well, at the moment, no, because the exercise just started today. So people will not report any such news, because
it might
time
be too
hasn't
soon.
elapsed, or there's still time. So the side effects would be noticed after 2 hours.
Very well. Thank you. That's Eugenia Kumi from the Greater Accra Regional Hospital there, bringing us up to speed on the second dose of the COVID vaccine being rolled out. Let's now turn our attention to the second part of our conversation, looking at government intensification on the clampdown on illegal mining and complaints from some mining companies. There's been a press briefing earlier today, which was addressed by the Lands Minister, if I'm correct, and that's Honourable Jenapo and also Honourable Niti. We'll take a few clips and then we'll have that conversation. Watch this.
I want the people of Ghana, all of you, to watch this video carefully. It was shot yesterday. Because of the propaganda of 2 days ago and yesterday, I instructed the armed forces to go on the Ekropon area on River Brim and shoot this video for the people of Ghana to see where the armed forces have gone wrong. Just watch this video. That's the Brim River as we navigate. Watch this river line very well. That's the danger we are faced with. That's the problem we are faced with. And these are the areas the armed forces have to move, because you can clearly see that they've cleared more than a kilometer of the river line. And these soldiers are supposed to move 100 meters in these ponds to go and catch people. You can see the river line. So it goes like that, and that's what they've done. So you watch it very carefully. I just wanted the people of Ghana to take their time. Because of the propaganda of yesterday, all these things going around, I said, go to the river line and shoot along the river. So they took along the river line and they're shooting around the river line as they go. That's the river line you see. You can see the river line very well. See what people have done to the river line. The number of years this river will take to be able to reclaim itself. Just watch. That is what we are fighting. And it surprises you to know that a lot of these companies at the end may not even declare and pay any huge taxes to the government. I would rather leave my minerals in the land than do this to our people. Kojo, thank you.
Well, I found out about this. One is also a permit for exploration. That also is not a mining lease, it's not a mining license. My understanding is that, and I've looked at the law, section 14 of Act 703 says, when a company has a mining lease and before the expiration of the lease, the company makes an application. When the lease expires, the Minerals Commission has a mandate to grant a temporary mining operating permit pending the determination of the application for the extension by the minister. But I must also be very quick to add that these are decisions taken by the Minerals Commission and its officials. These are discretion exercised by the Minerals Commission and its officials, which on the face of it will seem to be within the four corners of the law and the four corners of their mandate. They didn't have to consult me on that because that's not how it works. The circumstances under which the permits were issued and whether or not the discretion was exercised reasonably, justifiably, correctly, so on and so forth. As I said, the ministry is investigating that. The outcome of it will be made to all of us, will be made known to all of us. So this is it. And my response to that will be the same about whether or not an official of Extra Gold came to see me. Without sounding populist, it's open books. There's nothing to hide. So I have no difficulty. Any people come to my office every night, and if you do those things.
In the case of the River Brim, the target of the people mining are the river itself and its tributaries. So what they have done, particularly to the tributaries, is that they've killed off all the tributaries of the River Brim. They divert the river courses, both the tributaries and River Brim, they divert the courses because they're actually looking to mine within the river belt. Now, to be able to mine within the river belt, they divert the courses, all the streams and the small rivers, they divert the courses and mine within the river body itself. Now, they do not even divert the courses back to the river, they divert it into ponds they have created to wash their gold. So they divert the river into ponds that they have created, leave the river bed dry, and then they are mining within the river bed. And then whatever water that comes through the river is diverted into their ponds. A responsible mining company will sink boreholes to feed its dump. Maybe I may be in Accra here and drink clean water. I may not know what is going on because I get my river water from the Volta, which is not polluted. Can you imagine somebody who's living at Dompim, somebody who's living at Ekropon in Eastern Region or Pamin in Eastern Region by the river but cannot get water to drink because he has to go and buy water? Meanwhile, Ghana Water Company cannot treat this water any longer because their machines are being spoiled. This fight is for all of us.
Let's join hands and ensure that we succeed in this fight.
So that's Dominic Nitu, the Defense Minister, and also we brought you a clip from Abu Jinapor, the Lands and Natural Resources Minister. Just to put this in perspective, okay, they made reference to Extra Gold. Now, Extra Gold is a company that partners with a mother company in Canada. The general manager, Kate Jimfua, who is also the MPP women's organizer, issued a statement saying that her excavators, or the company's excavators, were destroyed by the armed forces that were part of Operation Halt, which is the government's clampdown on illegal mining. She has scale mining leaseholder in the eastern region. Extra Gold Mining Limited is the holder of 5 concessions in the eastern region. Our company has conducted alluvial mining and exploration activities since 2006. And all our leases are in good standing. We are aware that the military has been recently sent out to destroy all illegal miners' equipment. We have enclosed a map outlining our leases with copies of our 2021 Mineral Commission mining operating permits. We would be grateful if you could provide our map and permits to the commander leading the military operations, so they know we are legally registered mining company. So this they wrote to the Honorable Minister for Lands and Natural Resources, Abu Jinapor, and he responded there. Unfortunately,
Metro TV, insightful and inspiring moments.
Here on Metro TV.